Welcome back to Problem Solver Politics. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everybody.
And the news from today is actually coming out of Japan. Something hilarious happened in Japan. It looks like there is a universal thread amongst all of our politicians here in I would say the Western world, but some would consider Japan Eastern. Either way, boredom is universal, and it looks like a guy got caught alleviating his boredom in a very unorthodox fashion. Cody, tell us what's going on.
Okay, cool. So we're picking up, this was a few days ago. And we'll start with this. So this was the video that kind of launched off all the controversy. So I'm going to put this on the screen for you guys right now. Shout out to Brian Altana, by the way. This video now has almost 500,000 views of the Oyster Bay golf links. I think it's an alligator carrying a big old rock. Which, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, though, why are we talking about this? So you brought something up, and this is, I think we're going back, I want to say, about a week now to when this first happened. We're just starting to get it in English. Anyway, a Japanese politician at what's essentially their parliament, they call it the Japanese Diet for the establishment party, was caught watching this video on his tablet. Now, this story, the reason why, normally, because it's like, okay, that's it. The reason I want to bring the story is all the trappings of every stupid media story ever. And I just want to highlight what it's like when you're watching it in a foreign country, and it's not America. And you don't have, not even America, let me rephrase that. When you don't have these preconceived notions of who's the good guy and the bad guy, who am I supposed to like, who am I not supposed to like, and you look at it for what it really is, it turns out to be something interesting. So anyway, we're going to go through it. We'll go through what happened. So Japanese politician gets caught watching crocodile video during the diet session. Japanese, I hope it's pronounced diet, I don't even know. During House Representatives Cabinet Committee meeting on May 13th, Takuya Hirai, God, I probably butchered that, a member of the Liberal Democratic Party, which, by the way, has been in power in Japan more or less since the 50s. I think there's like 6 or 7 years they weren't. But generally, since the 50s, it's been this conservative party in power. He was photographed watching a video of a crocodile on his tablet. Unsurprisingly, the video was not at all related to the meeting's topic, which was about the retirement age for prosecutors. Again, why would anyone talk about this? Why would anybody care that a guy was watching an alligator video? By the way, wait till we get to the forensic part of the story. That's really funny. But why would anyone care? That last line there, I did a little bit digging into this, just reading some headlines and then getting into the articles. You can kind of tell from the gist of it, though. This is a sticking point right now going on in Japan. Right now, the majority party in Japan is trying to pass a law that would, I believe, extend the age of retirement for judges. So they could have more judges in power along. And I believe the opposition party is saying that this is a abuse of power. They're using the current events to abuse power. Something you hear in almost every single country. But you'll notice, the reason why I like going through this, I didn't think of it at first, but you kind of start seeing how ridiculous it is when you're not invested in it. Yeah. When you're like, who cares? He was watching. Well, like I said, this is what Love's awesome. So they question him. So when questioned by the press, Hirai claimed he had only been watching the video for about 1 or 2 seconds. But it has been reported that he was actually watching the video for about 5 minutes. Sorry, I skipped that. What's interesting, though, is I showed you guys the video. Oh, hold on. This is a different video of alligators now. It's only a 1:09 long. So again, now we're getting to the forensic part of it. Is it possible that whatever social media he was scrolling had like a 1 minute embedded video clip that just kept replaying over and over again? And you were just fascinated by it? I guess. I don't know. But either way, again, that just doesn't make any sense. So we keep going. The incident is reported the incident's reported to have happened. This is Japan today, right? Just 9 minutes after the meeting had begun, while 2 other politicians were in the middle of a question and answer session. The video I love his defense. The video just appeared and started playing while I was listening to the other politician. I commented. He contends in the photograph, it was taken over his shoulder. He said, I was looking, I was paying attention. I was not watching this alligator video. I would say the fact that it's a 90-second clip of an alligator walking. Dude, if he sat down into this meeting and 10 minutes in was just like, just gone, staring at an alligator, walking with a rock over and over and over again for 5 minutes, I'm kind of on his side here. I think that is what happened. I think he had his tablet open, it just started playing.
I think he should just own it. By the way, can we look at some of these comments? Like, look at this.
We're going to get to that next.
Okay.
These were some comments. I think some of these are tweets, some of these aren't, from people in Japan. Again, someone said, if you're watching a cat video, I'd forgive him. Yeah, this is how our taxes... Check out that one. This is how our taxes are being used. We'll get back to that in a minute. I'm just glad he wasn't watching other things. A crocodile video is not something that just appears. I'm definitely pushing back. I feel like I am only watching a crocodile video if it just appears. I am never going to YouTube and typing in crocodile video. You know what I mean? Like, I am only just scrolling and going, a crocodile.
Okay.
What's that? His excuse is junior high student level. But you'll notice all these people are like clowning on this guy, hating on this guy. Can't even concentrate for 9 minutes. It's like we think he might have been watching this for a minute.
Hold on. I give so much leeway to this cat, and I wish he just would have owned it.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll see another instance of that.
I mean, I got friends who were in the state assembly, even some friends of this show, okay, who I've talked with, who've told me the hilarious games that some of the congressmen and the state assemblymen and the state senators play with each other. In fact, I would love to go back and dig up the speech, but I had a friend who was a legislator of an unknown legislative body, shall we say, who was friends with somebody in the opposition party, and they would text each other words during their floor speeches, and they had to incorporate that word into their floor speech right then. And they'd send them weird words like persimmon and magenta, you know what I'm saying? And they would have to weave that word into their discussion of the bill on the floor.
Well, no, I get the stuff that people do to entertain themselves, but what's interesting here, what the story is here is basically nothing happened. A guy might have been watching an alligator walk around for a minute, maybe two. Like, nothing happened here. But again, like, I'd see if I can get this article. I love, this is my favorite headline. Japan politician gets snappy after busted watching. Dude, I showed you guys. There's nothing going on. It's literally an alligator walking with a rock. It lasts like 90 seconds. Why would they write about this? And again, why do they write about this? Here we go. We're going to go back to, I believe this is, I'm going to get the link up again for you guys. Because this is the hearing he's in right now is a controversial hearing in Japan. It's from Japan Times. In Bloda, I believe it's Abe's. I probably got it wrong anyway.
Yeah.
Panel delays shut down over prosecutor retirement bill. This is going back to, I believe, a few days ago in May. An unexpected move, the lower house cabinet committee on Friday postponed a vote on a bill that would extend the retirement age of prosecutors, pushing back a shutdown over the controversial plan until next week. The ruling coalition was expected to ram the vote through the committee on Friday after allowing Justice Minister Masako Morai to testify as demanded by the opposition. Point being, this is the big thing going on in Japan right now. They're going back and forth, and as you can see, this is a big story. I'm not going to get into I don't know the ins and out of prosecutor ages in Japan, but the point is, you'll notice, doesn't matter the country, it doesn't matter what's going on. Like you said, people will play goofy
Well, it's
games.
reminiscent of things that happened here in the United States of America.
Like, people will play goofy games in Senate, in the House, all the time. Famously in America, let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. I love this one. Famously in the American Senate, we have something, a lot of you guys might be familiar with this. It's called the candy desk. Whatever senator is sitting in the desk closest to the door that most people use to get in and out has since like the 50s been obligated, maybe someone didn't once in the chain, but generally speaking, you're obligated to have candy in there. And that's the only food allowed in the Senate.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. You mentioned, but for at least the rest of January, so speaking about this January during the impeachment hearing, 100 members of the U.S. Senate will have to stick to their impeachment trial diet, which they're in the Senate trial hearing. It consists of milk, water, and candy. The only food allowed into the Senate floor, into the chamber. Again, and this is American Japan again. It's all fun and games. But you notice, the reason why people care and they get bickering, it's only when you come in, that's the guy from this party trying to get this done, doing that. When you look at it from an outsider's perspective, you're able to go, okay, watching an alligator video for 90 like why am I all the way over here in America a week later finding out about this? Why does it matter? And it just doesn't matter the country, doesn't matter the language, doesn't matter what. That's the media spins things. Because here we go. I'm going to take you guys to an example that happened in our own I guess in America where we live. Going back, way back, far distant past of 2016. This was a Guardian writing this. When U.S. Senator John McCain was caught playing poker on his phone during a Syria debate. This one, and again, though, but you'll notice how, and I even did it. When I say some guy from Japan was watching alligator videos during some hearing, I don't care. But when John McCain, during a Syria debate, playing poker on his phone, I think it's a very interesting perspective to get. Because here's something else I think's funny. Why do people care? Well, John McCain actually just admitted to it. He actually tweeted out saying, "Scandal, got caught playing iPhone games at a 3+ hour Senate hearing. Worst of all, I lost," trying to make jokes at it. But here we go. What was it people were still slamming him about? What does someone bring up?
Oh, taxes. Is this what my tax dollars are going towards? The amount of money
that senator earns is $174,000 a year. He has better stuff to be doing exactly the same things we're seeing here. So it is wondering. Now, again, I'm not going to, I don't know, maybe... Because again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys I am like super versed in Japanese politics. I don't know. Maybe that guy was super out of line for allegedly watching a video of an alligator, which I will say, I did some digging into some Japanese sources on it, and that seems to be the contention. Was he looking at the screen or was he looking ahead? But the only reason I bring it up is, again, I just want to use this time to clown on our own government again.
Yeah.
This is I'll lower it so you guys can see the bar. This is the Senate.gov website because I wanted to get some firsthand info on the candy desk. The Senate.gov website looks like it was made in the 90s. By the way, it's asking me to install Flash Player 6, which I'm pretty sure there'll be no Flash on any website, any internet browser in like 9 months. And they go back to the 1965 senator of George Murphy of California, who originated the practice keeping a supply of candy in his office.
Oh, I do have to point
Just
out.
want to clown on this. Why this is you want to talk about our tax dollars? John McCain playing iPhone games. It's
but this is endearing.
What I'm saying is, maybe I won't reelect John McCain. No, having a website this out of date is ridiculous. I'm upset about that with my. You know what I mean? John McCain playing iPhone game. What? That is endearing is the wrong word. If you want to take it up with him and vote him out, do it. It's not a slight in the government. This is a slight in the government, man. So I get this is like Senate.gov history stuff, but step your game. This is ridiculous. I think it's an archived old site, but why is this the top Google search result for Senate candy desk? Why? Don't ask.
Dude, that is funny.
One more thing. I cannot move off this without talking about one thing.
Okay. Well, your boy?
Yes.
You got to talk about your boy.
If we're going to talk about people in government doing goofy things, I have to talk about former California rep, Hunter. I always call him Hunter Duncan.
Yeah.
Duncan Hunter.
Hey, hey, Cody, before you say the story, we got to give some
indicted.
props to the Republicans here, though, because it was saying that the candy desk was invented in 1955 and has always been on the Republican side. And Hunter Duncan was a Republican.
I don't think it always has been. I think it's just whoever has that.
No,
desk.
it said on that Senate.gov site that it's been traditionally always on the Republican side.
But I think that Senate.gov says from like 2003.
Either way, they're the ones bringing the candy and the booze. Like the fun people at the Senate party looks like the Republicans because they got the candy desk and the vape sticks. They're passing out the vape sticks.
Hunter Duncan, I believe, spent $30,000 of campaign funds on video games. Like
didn't his Steam account blow through literally my yearly
tens
income?
of thousands of dollars. Yeah. I will say one thing though. I do find it more offensive to vape in Congress than to play phone games or watch Alligator videos.
Oh, really? Why? I thought he was trying to make a point that vaping isn't dangerous for the public at large, like tobaccos are. Wasn't that just a political statement?
Yeah, the political statement wasn't a massive tool. Anyway, though, again, we'll get back to the original thing, right? Japanese politician gets caught watching crocodile video. Sounds so ridiculous and so absurd. But you'll notice it's only because you're not invested in the political narrative here. When you're slightly more invested, I read that John McCain story, immediately start feeling some stuff. Like, one thing I will say from
That's
McCain.
funny. I feel sorry for these guys. How many meetings they got to sit
I don't mean
through.
I'm like angry at him, but I just mean like immediately I'm like, oh, John McCain, Syria? I thought he was, you know why? Other thing is interesting to point out. I left this out originally. This politician who was accused of this, he was also the first politician to ever start bringing his tablet to these hearings when the rule was put in place, I believe, in early last year. Yeah. So it's only been around for a year you could do this, and he was the first one to start doing it. Now, would it stand to reason that, hey, I'll tell you what, there's everybody in school. I remember, right? You're in like school, like teachers would be like, hey, you guys could bring in your CD players or MP3 players or whatever. There's the people that are like, awesome. I'm not listening to a word this person says. I'm just sitting there. I wonder if he was that guy who was like, oh, awesome. We can use, I'm going to sit on Japanese Facebook, whatever that, maybe they use Facebook. I honestly don't know. Probably, yeah. I think it's just China that has a lot of their own social media sites. Anyway, though, I just think it's funny. And it's just because when you don't know a lot about these people, when you don't know what hearing he's at, when you don't understand why they're doing this, when you don't know what party he's in, you don't know what his party stands for, you're able to look at it and just laugh. That's goofy.
Yeah.
Watch a video about an alligator, man. That's funny. But when you know who these people are, when you know it's John McCain, and hey, wasn't he like in the military? Isn't he supposed to be maybe like caring about what's going on with the Syria
the longer
debate?
you're there, the less I judge you for having to take a break.
That's his defense. John McCain went 6 hours. Allegedly, this guy in Japan went like 9 minutes. Like he just sat down and was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Still though, I mean, I remember this. Yeah, when they were debating Syria when Obama was still in office in 2013, this was a contentious, heated political thing, right?
Yeah.
The thought of John McCain, the guy who ran for president the year before, or a couple years before that, a prominent politician, to just be doing something else, you frame it different than when it's just some guy in politics did something that's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting. It's not every day you get a chance to like take that step back and look at it and go, oh, weird. Yeah. Like the complaints are the same. Yeah. It's all the same. Yeah. The only difference is McCain owned up to it more, and the guy in Japan was just like, nope, didn't happen. I barely saw it. So yeah. Very interesting.
So I actually I'd love to hear from the audience. Any stories that you have from any of these meetings that you may have participated in, like my friends in the state Congress and so on and so forth that would have to weave different words in. Or we've all gotten busted at church balancing our checkbooks back when people used to do that, Cody. Or playing video games.
You gotta walk that back. Yeah, I don't think we're all in church balancing our checkbooks, man.
Actually,
I think that's maybe one of those.
That's actually just a line from
inappropriate uses
Dogma.
Of us all.
Do you remember? I don't know. That was actually kind of reference to a movie. You know that meme that has smiling and pointing Jesus. That's from a movie called Dogma, in which the girl was in the back of the pews balancing her checkbook. Anyway, it fell upon deaf ears. I digress. Let us know what you've had to get away with to make it through any of these meetings right here. And let's continue the conversation below. This is Problem Solver Politics. We will see you guys in the next video.